Hang on, I think I forgot to turn my headset on. There we go. That is not on my reminder list. Um, Today's coffee chat is actually a tea chat. This is my second cup of tea. I made one just a little while ago and went and looked in it and found out there was a dead fly in there. So, new cup, new tea. Um, thank God I used tea bags. If it was loose tea, ugh, that's just gross. Anyway, my anxiety is doing so much better taking the ashwaganda. Now, it may not help somebody else, particularly with more severe or more long-term anxiety. Um, had mine been building? Maybe. Um, I've gone through some pretty serious things in my life, some very serious domestic violence. I've buried one of my kids. And this year, particularly since August, has just been beyond my capability to deal with. And my doctor actually thinks it's because there's so many different things. It's not like something that's building up. You know, the way domestic violence does. It just doesn't, you just don't wake up one day and get smacked up the side of the head, right? Um, you know, there's arguments and deterioration of behavior that happens before that. Sorry, it is way too hot for me to drink this yet. Um, but there's so many things. And in April, one of my childhood friends who I hadn't talked to in 20 years because she got really addicted to cocaine. I mean, we're talking like 1980s style cocaine, right? Um, it weakened her heart so bad, even though she'd been off of it, kind of sorta. She had been off of it for a while, but then her mom passed away and she fell off the wagon. And I think that was like a year before that. And then in April, she had a heart attack and died right in front of her husband. Um, he said she's dead. The coroner said she's dead before she hit the floor. Um, and then my favorite German teacher passed away in April also. She had Louis body dementia, and you can get mental dementia with it also, but she just had the physical parts, which I guess was a good thing. But she hadn't been sick with it for that long. Um, that's what Robin Williams had. And the idea of losing some of his motor function and possibly his dementia, where he couldn't remember things anymore, is why he ended up killing himself. Anyway, so there was that. And then just all kinds of crazy stuff in August. You know, our apartment building got bought out. They didn't give us the required 90-day notice that it says in the law. And it's just been a lot. And all of it very stressful. Things where you have to stop what you're doing and set, you know, like an hour at a bare minimum aside to go and deal with it. Because if you don't deal with it, you know, you could be homeless or something else could be going on that's not quite that bad. Anyway, and then there's the issues with my schoolwork. The professor that I had in the first part of the fall semester just obviously I don't know for sure, but it has all the earmarkings of a narcissist because she was just fine. She approved my project. Oh, this is wonderful. This is fantastic. I can't wait to see the final thing. And then when I submitted the final thing, she went back and changed all my grades. So I do have a grade appeal going and a grievance. My room and my bed are all a mess because I'm having surgery on Monday of next week. So the next time you see me for a coffee chat, it might be a bottled water chat from the hotel because I have to check in at 7 o'clock in the morning. I am not a morning person. So I'm just going to stay at a hotel near the hospital. Um, so I'll probably do it like the night before and maybe from my iPad. See, this would be really cool to take. How do you, that is weird. How do you take doing your YouTube channel and stuff at home? How can you do that out and about, but without having necessarily to edit it afterwards? Does that make sense? I have the Zoom app, which is what I'm using right now. I have the Zoom app on my iPad, and theoretically, I could do one of these coffee chats from my hotel room and possibly upload it through the browser on my iPad. I'll have to figure it out. That's a really good question. Worst case, Worst case, I just film it on my phone and I send it to one of my kids who has a digital media degree, and they're the one that helps with the editing on the tutorial videos. Anyway, so I am having a biopsy on Monday, and fingers crossed that and a very strict no soy diet, and I'm good to go. Last weekend I was going to make my profile for my PhD application in the University of Washington portal. I did not get around to it because I wanted to work ahead on my own assignments so that they're all done before I even go to surgery. They're done, they're uploaded. I am done with my personal schoolwork. And then next week, all I have to do is like a couple of live writing workshop Zooms with my students and then grade their final papers. So I want to try to get that stuff done in the portal this weekend because I still need one more letter of reference that I have not rounded up yet. I've got 2 rounded up, but I need a 3rd one. And I want to make sure I get people before they, they do their final grading and they're gone for Christmas, wherever, right? So that's kind of what's going on, and I'm really glad the ashwagandha is working better. Now, I have 2 versions of ashwagandha. I have one that is just plain, and then I have another one that has St. John's wort in it, and I had to stop taking that 2 days ago because the St. John's wort will interfere with the anesthesia. So we'll see how that goes. I do plan on resuming that after the surgery. But it's going pretty darn well. If I have a night like last night where I couldn't get to sleep, that's a whole different story. I'm not going to get into that right now. But I didn't get to sleep until 3. So I only ended up having 7 hours of sleep, which for me is just as bad as other people only having 2 to 4. Um, but I feel remarkably rested and able to track and sort. I got the not the editing. Could we call it editing? I fixed my Cherokee turban. I took it in on the sides, alterations. That's what we call it in sewing. I took it in on the sides because I followed the directions and made it for a regular sized adult. My head is only 19 inches around. That's like 49 centimeters for anybody in the UK or wherever might look at it at this video. So I essentially I have the head size of a 9-year-old. And so I had to take it in on both sides and shorten it. So I'm got that done, and I've gotten about 10 rows done on my Icelandic sweater. So yeah, I've been able to follow a charted pattern and keep on top of this without losing my mind. I had the top thread ran out and then the bobbin thread ran out, but I still was able to refill those and finish that. And that is just a tremendous tracking accomplishment to mentally track all those steps. So when I say that ashwagandha is really working really well, I am not joking. Anyway, I am going to go work on my knitting some more because I would like to have that sweater done, blocked, so I can wear it home from surgery. Hopefully I'll have it done, and maybe I can show you next Monday in the from my hotel room. I am so sorry. I had to turn the sound up obviously to record, and then I'm getting some email alerts. So I apologize if that has busted your eardrums. All right. I will see you guys next Monday. All right. We don't say goodbye in Cherokee. It's until later, because as Jennifer Lawrence says at the end of OCO TV, we know we'll see you again. So, Dona da go ha'i.